Hey there, and welcome to another weekly update. Beautiful spring day, very windy. I love all these we have a lot of little wild pale purplish bluish flowers here. And it is extremely windy today, but I really wanted to try ground driving Teddy for the first time with no blinkers, because my plan is to sometimes use blinkers and sometimes not to use blinkers. I probably will, while he's learning, alternate every other time I drive, one day with blinkers, one day without. I just think it's a good thing for him to be used to. So I'm going to get this little fella cleaned up a little bit and put his harness on, and we will see how he goes without blinkers. This will be the first time. Okay, Teddy. Yeah, it feels different, doesn't it, buddy? Easy does it. Good boy. He's definitely kind of moving his head around. I can see him kind of moving from side to side. He's definitely different than he has been ground driving him with blinkers. Now he's going very close to the fence. I'm not sure what that was about. And he's steering basically the same. He just seems a little bit different. And of course it's really windy today. But I have ground driven him before in the wind with the blinkers. But he's definitely a little different. I can see him kind of turning his head a little bit from side to side, kind of looking around behind him a little bit. Like right there. He's just not quite the same. He's kind of walking not as straight. It'd be very interesting to see if he does this. I'm going to, I think, ground drive him again tomorrow without blinkers. Just to see how much of this was because of the wind. And we'll see. Good boy, Teddy. It's all right, bud. It's all right. It's really windy out here. Good boy. And you can see the trees are really blowing. It's strange noises from in the woods today. But you can see he's definitely moving. He's looking around a lot more. He doesn't seem quite as focused just straight ahead. He's looking around more. And some of the trees in the woods are kind of moaning from the wind. You can hear them rubbing against each other and kind of making a strange sound. So I'm going to brought him to a stop back. Good boy, Teddy. Even his backing, he's kind of wagging his head a little bit back and forth, a little bit different. And something spooked him in there. It does seem more spooky, but again, I'm not quite sure how much of this is due to the wind. I think it's my own opinion. I think it's a combination of he's used to ground driving with blinkers on, and also it's very windy today. I think between those two things, it's made him a little bit more on the edgy side. Let me see if I can bring him around. Good boy, Teddy. Good boy, bud. Take him along that moaning woods, and I got a lot of hair out of him this week. He was shedding a lot, and I used the shedder on him. Look at how white he is. His coat is so much whiter than it was. I'm shocked. I'm just not used to seeing him whiter. But again, if you look closely, he just doesn't see. He's turning his head a little bit more to one side and then to the other side. I'm going to bring him to I'm going to try a short little trot with him in a minute. See how he does. But his head is slightly turned, especially towards the left, but sometimes to the right. Okay, Teddy, you ready? Ready, bud? We'll do a little trot. Let's go. You ready? All right, Teddy. Trot, trot. Trot, trot. Good boy. Easy. Easy does it. I know that wind's blowing. Trot, trot. Good boy. And walk. Good job. Good boy, Teddy. Back. Back. Good boy. But again, I can see he's kind of throwing his head back and forth. It's very interesting that he is driving. To me, he's driving quite a bit differently than he did when he had the blinkers on the headstall. Very interesting. And this was the first time I've done this with him. And now for some valuable pasture time with our paint mare, Stormy. Horses need to be around other horses in Particularly, Teddy's very young. He'll be 2 in a few weeks. Stormy can teach him valuable lessons that I could never teach him. He needs to learn from another horse, too. He did very well today for the first time with no blinkers in his ground driving. I hope to continue doing ground driving both with blinkers and without. Of course, horses see differently than humans. They can see to the sides and pretty much behind them, except directly behind and directly in front. And the blinkers help him to focus more, help a horse to focus more and to not be distracted as much. Although some horses actually prefer to drive without blinkers. I want him to be used to both, to doing both. And whatever he prefers, I'll probably end up doing that primarily, but I want him to be exposed and used to both. Hope you're enjoying these videos. I'll be back in another week with another update. If you'd like to see how Teddy has progressed from the very beginning of his driving training, I will leave a link below in the description, and also if you watch through to the end of this video, there will be a place where you can click on that link. Bye-bye for now.